Hello, hope you're doing really well. Today you find me standing in front of some amazing kilns which were used for calcinating. It's probably the polite way of saying it. Built by World War One prisoners of war. So enjoy your history lesson and let's go explore them. Come on. Situated in Wakeley, Northamptonshire, lies a very strange structure that feels like it shouldn't belong, but it's when you dig into its history that it all starts to make sense. Because what we are exploring is a set of 4 kilns, more specifically for the process of calcination used for the roasting of iron ore. Constructed during 1915, they were built to coincide with Wakeley's iron ore quarry, which was owned by Partington Iron and Steel Company, with the ore going to its steelworks in Manchester. So using the kilns at the quarry made the ore cheaper to transport, as well as the fact that it was right next to the now abandoned Peterborough to Market Harborough Railway. It was noted that the kilns themselves were built by prisoners of World War One. The site came to an abrupt end in 1921 due to the ore being of a lower quality than had been hoped. Now the site has been given Grade 2 listed status, and with a video like this, hopefully it will never be forgotten. Hi, hope you're doing really well. So yeah, it's amazing to sort of think in the location that we are in Northamptonshire, sort of Rutland border, I suppose. We're not too far away from Rutland actually. That this piece of history is incredible. I've never seen kilns like this. And what is supposed is that those two were never actually used, and that obviously what we're looking at are these huge kilns. I mean, they're absolutely mega huge. And the tree line that you can see is the former train line that we spoke about in the history lesson. But look at this. Wow, the colours are so vivid and so impactful. Look at that. Wow, huge cracks. There's even some bricks in there. Isn't that amazing? And then here, what they reckon was that this might have been a sort of form of engine shed maybe for the ore or something similar to that, and that probably what would have happened was they would have dropped it in from the top, the ore, to start the calcinating process. Just remarkable. Like I said, the train line here just follows this tree line, so it's easy enough to see. And obviously here's our embankment. Look at that. Which probably would have been the stopping point. So it probably would have come in this way, came here. Obviously there's our kilns, and probably it was either on this side or it would have come in from the opposite side here, because there's some more of this structure that lies further down there, which we'll have a look at in a minute. But wow, what about these kilns? They really are just special, aren't they? Look at that. You can see the outlay of these external buildings. Like we said, I'm not sure if they would have been service buildings or something very similar. Can't find any information. And what's really interesting is if you look on old OS maps, these weren't put in there. So in fact you've got the train line, but on here, from what I noticed, there's nothing on them. There's a plenty amount of history, but apart from that, that's it. Amazing. What I love about these is the beautiful detail in which these kilns still survive. These amazing brick arches, so well constructed. You can also see holes in these, which would suggest that there probably was some shutters and maybe some gantry points for them to climb up onto. And what you notice is that these two that look unfinished compared to these, they look like smokestacks, and they really do pose this very unusual sort of look to them. It's simply stunning, amazing architecture really, for what it's worth. It really is. Oh, it's so nice. Picked a great day for it as well. A bit windy, but like we said, we're following the train line. I mean, that is the train line. So you can imagine it coming through here. You can see roughly where there's a embankment here, which probably would have been a tail off maybe. Probably would have split into a couple maybe. One with some trams. And then looking at this. Oh, history don't get better than this. So as I walk away from the kilns behind me, and obviously we can see all these lumps and bumps, which would have been some of the workings here. What I wanted to take you to was this part here, because it's interesting enough that it's got like this sort of interesting part of earthwork. Now, I'm not going to claim to know what this is, but it's amazing how it sort of looks like almost a stopping point for the train to unload or to load and then head off. You can see there's a little mound here, and you can see this amazing bit of brickwork, a bit of wood in there, and it's us looking back, and you can see that there's a couple of different phases. You see the difference in, you've got some brick there and you've got some stone. Well, it is stone, yeah, from the look of it. And then back to brick again. So it could have been remade by the farmer if it started to crumble. But wow, what an incredible piece, I will say, an incredible piece of history. But you can see the lay of the land, where we know there would have been tram tracks and rail tracks potentially that came in from the now abandoned railway. It's amazing wooden post here. So I wonder what stories this could tell. But it did have a short shelf life, as we know. So obviously in the history lesson we talk about the fact that it really wasn't here for that long really. And I suppose with that obviously creates more of a mystery, doesn't it, you know? Yeah, I love this. If the sheep weren't out, it would be great for a drone. I do apologise again for the wind. I hope the windmill's actually trying to do a really good job of protecting it. But what you notice is that there's an outer ring, concrete ring, that is the same colour as the base. But what we notice here is that blatantly the last two haven't been used. It was rumoured actually, which I didn't put in the history lesson, that they weren't used at all. But you can see all the square pegs and holes, which probably would have been maybe gantry points and maybe also to help with the steel shutters. And then across here, all the divots and ditches from where they're extracting the iron. But as we know, it wasn't a great quality iron, so it never really had a chance. But I love it, I really do love it, because it contains those mysteries. Like I said, it's one of them rare times. I'm going to head back now. It's one of those rare times when, you know, you can research into the history of a place and it still won't give you its full story. And even when you look at OS maps and the fact that I couldn't find anything. That's not to say there aren't any on there, but I couldn't find any. But wow, just a brief little video on these calcinating kilns. God, I cannot say that for the life of me. I apologise. brilliant piece of industry. Anyway, I think we're about done, so let's head out. Come on. Well, as I head back from that rather brief explore, just want to say thank you so much for coming along with me. Hope you had a really great time, enjoyed that. It was a really good piece of history. It's a shame that not much of it is left, but still pretty cool. Anyway, as I head away now, hopefully you got a nice little snapshot of this video for today, and we did explore it, however brief, because that's all that was there. But I thoroughly recommend, you know, it was a rare piece of kiln history. It always amazes me of how much I've got to look at and explore, and it's places like that that just keep me motivated for exploring those rare secrets. Anyway, in the immortal words of Phoenix history, thank you so much for coming along with me. Stay safe. Love to all of you out there, and I'll see y'all very soon. Spread the word of the channel. Much love. Kapow. See ya.